Today I'm checking out the LiTime 12.8 volt, 165 amp hour, 2112 watt hour lithium iron phosphate self-heating battery. Welcome to DIY Volts. I'm Seth. LiTime did send this battery to me for some testing, so we're going to be doing some charging and discharging and especially trying out its self-heating mode. So it is winter time here, and last night was 26 degrees. It's perfect opportunity to test out how this battery is self-heating. So first of all, this was packaged well. It had a good chunk of foam on the top and the bottom. It's got the user manual, which has some good information, and it also has a way to download the app so you can check the charging and discharging rates. Of course, it's got terminals with it. One thing that I like about this battery is that LiTime has put stickers on here to show all the information you need to know, such as the nominal voltage, the rated capacity, the charging and discharging current, and the watt-hour capacity as well. So there are a few things I want to show you. First of all, I want to connect this battery to the app so we can see the state of charge and also how it is acting in the cold. So I've had this battery inside where it's nice and warm. We will go outside and charge this with a solar panel, and then I'm going to leave the battery in the cold overnight, and so tomorrow we should be able to see the temperature of the battery with the app and also how long it takes to start charging when it self-heats. So let's go ahead and connect this battery to the app. Now it is possible that this battery is asleep, and so I'll have to plug it up to a charger to turn it on. It does look like the battery is turned off, so let's take this outside and charge it up with a solar panel. I took the battery outside, connected a solar panel and charge controller, but realized that my solar charge controller would not wake up this lithium iron phosphate battery. So I talked to LiTime, and they sent over their battery charger, which took about 3 seconds to wake the battery up. So we are good to go now. I'm gonna go ahead and charge this up here inside of the studio where it's nice and warm, and then we'll do a discharge test, and I'll take this outside where it's cold, and we will see how this performs and self-heats. So let's go ahead and charge this up to 100% using the battery charger. While the battery is busy charging, let's load the app and connect to the battery to see what all is going on. Hey, we found it, very good. We're connected now. We can see that the battery state of charge is 64%. It's going to take 5.7 hours to get this fully charged. We've got 13.5 volts, current 10.4 or 9 now, and then the 132 watts going into this. So it actually would be a lot faster if I were to take this out and charge it up with solar. And the capacity is currently at 107 amp hours. The LiTime app is nice to see the state of charge and the balance of the cells, but also you can swap back and forth between the heated options of this battery. I noticed that it's at about 65% state of charge, so I'm going to disconnect this charger and take the battery outside and leave it overnight, because tomorrow when I get this battery, it should be somewhere around 25 degrees Fahrenheit, so well below freezing. See it heat up before it starts to charge. So I'm gonna disconnect this real quick and take it outside. All right, I left this battery outside. It is 25 degrees Fahrenheit. It's been out there about 4.5 hours. Let's connect the app to this and see what the temperature is. Connect the charger and see if it is going to heat up the battery and then start charging after a while. It now says that it is 4 degrees Celsius, which is rather cold. Let's see if it will charge at this temperature. I've got the charger connected to the battery. Let me plug it up and see if it will begin charging. Let's check out the app real quick. It's kind of jumping around a little bit. I think it's trying to do the self-heating. Let's click here and see what's happening. Your battery is cozying up. The self-heating is on. Got it. All right, so 4C right now. And it's going back and forth between the self-heat. So it is not charging. Looks like it's going back between discharging and charging. So 41 minutes, 76, 56. I'm guessing that is the amount of time it's going to take to warm this up before it is ready to actually start charging. We'll keep an eye on the temperature. Oh, there it goes. Just jumped up to 5C. I see what's going on. This battery was at 39 degrees outside in 25-degree weather, and that is 2 degrees too cold for this to charge. And so just this little bit of heat brought the internal up to 41 and it started charging. So at least we got to see it work. So it is heating itself up as it should, and then it is charging. It took a while, but the battery is now fully charged. So I'm going to move this over to the side and we're going to do a discharge test. I'm going to connect the battery up to an inverter and then run a heater and time how long it takes for this battery to go to 0, and we should effectively see how many watt hours it uses. Whenever you connect an inverter to a battery, there's going to be a spark. Normally I like to use a large resistor, but I can't find mine, so we'll get to watch this little spark here. All right. To start this discharge test, I'm going to turn on the inverter. I'm then going to plug up this heater. My inverter indicates 12.7 volts, which seems very low. So let's go ahead and open up the app. According to the app, we're at 13.4 volts at 100% state of charge. So I'm not sure why the inverter is showing 12.7 volts. I've got my stopwatch. I'm gonna go ahead and turn this heater on to the maximum heat setting. 1,400 watts on the inverter. Let's go into the app and see what the battery discharge rating is. Currently 127 amps being discharged. It says 1,623 watts going out. Estimated time 1.26 hours. The discharge test is well underway. Now immediately after I showed you the app, I clicked this down to setting number 2 because 1,400 watts seemed like a little bit too much for my 6-gauge wire at 120 something amps. So I dropped it down, and these are no longer getting hot. So we should be able to run this for the next 2 hours. I will keep you updated and we'll come back whenever this discharge test is done. At 1 hour and 8 minutes, we're now at 50% state of charge on this battery. Now after 2 hours and 2 minutes, the state of charge is 9%. The status has turned red. I was noticing my inverter says 11.8 volts. So I wanted to just say that there's an inconsistency between the inverter and the battery's voltage, just in case my inverter turns off before the battery is fully discharged. So we are getting close now to the last 10 to 15 minutes of charge left on this battery. My inverter just started beeping at 9.9 volts. All right, the battery is at 3% state of charge, just dropped down to 0. The inverter actually saw 9.7 volts, so the whole system is done at 2 hours and 11 minutes. All right, whenever I remove the inverter from this system, the battery voltage might go up a little bit. I was watching the app and it said that the BMS is under low voltage protection mode and then the Bluetooth cut out. So I'm gonna go ahead and start charging this back up so we can take a look at the app one more time. I've got things set up with the charger. The charger just kicked back on, and I see the app also came back on, which means putting a little bit of charge into the battery has brought the Bluetooth functionality back up, and we can see what's going on. BMS is back to normal. Cells, they also say normal. This battery ran for 2 hours and 11 minutes and had 965 watts of output, roughly. It was kind of going up and down a little bit. So the math on that, 2 hours and 11 minutes would be 131 minutes times 965 watts divided by 60 is 2,106 watt hours. So yeah, 6 watt hours, that's the fluctuation going up and down. Spot on for this battery. You can't ask for better than that. I'm very happy with the results of testing out this battery. The charger was able to wake this up within 3 to 10 seconds. The charge and discharge of the battery was great. We got to see the self-heating feature kind of kick in. The battery was just on the edge of needing to be warmed up. And then now the full discharge test, having the watt hours pretty much exactly what the battery says it will have, was fantastic. So if you want to check out more on this battery, I will have links to it in the description down below, as well as the LiTime charger as well. I'm Seth with DIY Volts, and I will see you in the next video.